This is the story of a poor but clever boy named Suman, who had no one in this world. So he made a living for himself by working at a roadside dhaba in the village. Suman was poor but generous. Every day he made sure to share a portion of his meal with his fish friend.
How are you, my friend? Huh? Huh?
Suman?
While working diligently at the dhaba, a cunning thief named Chantu notices him and asks Suman to come with him.
What do I have to do?
You just have to relax for 40 days, eat and drink, and then work a little on the 41st day. In return for which, I will give you 10 gold coins. One before the work and the other after its completion. Tell me, did you like my offer?
Suman gets excited after hearing a great offer. He immediately leaves his work at the dhaba and sets off with Chantu.
Your days of leisure have begun. Eat whatever you want and sleep. Wake up, eat, roam around, eat again, then sleep.
One day has passed.
After 40 days of quarantine, Suman's day of work finally arrived. That was the 41st day. And as promised, Chantu gave Suman one gold coin before the work and took him along with him. As they walked, they reached near the mountain of a dense jungle, below which a deep river was flowing.
The fruits in this jungle are priceless. I want to take many fruits from here, but I don't know how many can fit in this bag. Can you sit inside this bag so that I can get an idea of how much weight it can carry?
Sure, why not? What are you doing? Get me out of here!
It's just a matter of 2 minutes. Anyway, I have fed you and taken care of you for so many days. Now you can't refuse.
Hey, get me out of here! What are you doing? Help! Help! Is anyone there? Save me!
Ah, very good.
Save me! Uncle, get me out of here!
Don't be afraid. Just throw as much treasure as you can from the treasures around you. Throw the treasure, then I'll show you the way.
Now tell me, Uncle.
Foolish child, can't you see the skeletons and the empty bags lying around you? Many others before you have also become the food of that vulture. And now it's your turn.
No, why are you doing this? Uncle! If I jump into the river, at least there's some hope of survival. Here, these vultures will surely tear me apart and eat me alive. Ah! Ah!
This was the same river that flowed through his village.
Save me!
And do you remember the fish from the beginning of the story, whom Suman used to feed? If the river is the same, then the home of that fish must also be this river, right? Finally, she reached on time to save her friend.
Thank you, my friend. Today I have nothing to feed you. Huh?
Many days passed after this incident. Then one day, the trickster Chantu returns to the village in search of his next prey. When he spots Suman there, upon seeing him, he is left surprised.
You? How did you return from the mountain?
Suman was very clever. So this time he devised a plan to trap the trickster Chantu.
It was quite easy. As soon as you left me and I managed to escape from the vulture, I found a cave which goes straight down under the mountain. I just followed it to run away.
Oh, then I can take away all the treasure through that cave. Suman, my boy, forgive me, dear. I'm your uncle after all. You didn't tell anyone about the location of that cave, did you?
Not yet.
Well done. So, can you tell me the way to that cave? In return, I will give you so much money that your living expenses, food, everything will be taken care of.
Oh, but this time you won't deceive me, will you?
No, never.
This way, they made a deal. And once again, they reached the same mountain. But this time, Chantu himself carries the bag and heads to the top of the mountain.
Wow, so much gold! Yay! The treasure! And where is the cave? What's the way to the cave? I can't see any cave here! Where is the cave?
What cave? Which cave?
2 2s are 4! Have you lost your memory?
Oh dear uncle, you turned out to be quite naive. Just like how you sent me and many others there to become the vulture's meal, you fell into the same trap. There's no cave up there.
What? You fooled me! I'm trapped here due to my greed! Save me!
To save Suman from drowning in the river, he had his fish friend. But there was no one here to save Chantu, as he had spent his life deceiving people. So, there was no one to save him in the end. Everyone was preparing sweets for Diwali, except Rupa. She was an orphan girl with no relatives. Her only family was the villagers.
Dear Rupa, why are you inside? Come out, have some sweets. Did no one give you sweets?
Who would give her sweets? The poor child has no parents or any relatives.
Even Rupa didn't know whether she actually had any relatives or not.
Auntie, I have a relative, and this year he will bring sweets and gifts as well.
You say this every festival, Rupa, but we haven't seen any of your relatives yet.
Even I haven't seen him. But he is a distant uncle of mine. He will definitely come this year.
She lied in front of the villagers, unaware that Champat, who was a con man, was secretly listening to her.
How lucky you are, Champat. You came here to find a maid for yourself and you got one for free. Rupa?
Huh?
My child, you've grown up so much. You were a little kid when I last saw you. Forgive me, my child. You had to live alone all these years, but not anymore. I'm here now. Come with your uncle. No need to live alone anymore.
Rupa was in a dilemma about what to do. Should she go or not?
What are you thinking, Rupa? You have already suffered a lot. Now go and live a happy life with your uncle.
From where did my uncle appear all of a sudden? But from the conversation, he indeed seems to be my real uncle.
Fearing that Rupa's lie might be caught, she agreed to go with Champat. Rupa was so impressed with the sweet talk of her new uncle that she started believing in everything he said. She reached his home while talking with him all the way.
Enough. It's enough. Now hold your luggage.
Huh? Who are you?
Champat, your fake uncle, my foolish child. Now you will stay here and you will do all the household chores. Don't even think about running away. Come on, get to work. And yes, take care of my mother. She can't see or hear properly.
Looking at this, Rupa understood that she had made a big mistake by trusting a stranger. However, Rupa was a brave girl. She decided to escape from there and made a plan.
After walking throughout the journey, I have become very tired. Let me rest for a while. Anyway, I'll have to do only work after that.
Open the door! Open it! Oh no, where did she go? Did you see a girl around here? My niece. She's fair, with long hair. No.
Standing here for free is not allowed. This is not a shelter. If you need a job, then tell me.
Yes, I need a job.
All right, stay here and if any traveler comes, show them the room. The more guests you bring, the more money you will get.
Okay, sir.
Champat uncle, get ready to learn your lesson now. Uncle, what happened?
Lion!
Lion? Oh, that's a common thing here. Take my suggestion and stay here today because a lion always hunts down its prey.
Prey? Yes, you're right. It's better to stay here for the night instead of being hunted by the lion. Can I get a decent room?
Why not? Come with me. Here is your room. You can sleep comfortably. Oh no, I forgot to mention one thing. Sometimes ghosts from the cemetery behind come wandering here at night. But don't be scared. They just look scary. They don't scare us at all.
What? Ghosts?
Let's have some fun now.
Ghost! 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 What is going on?
You fooled me, right? Now I'll teach you a lesson. Wait, brother, please help me. I can't lift this box alone.
But what is in it that you are unable to lift it?
What do I say? I have to go to a wedding. All the jewelry and clothes for the wedding are in this box. If I don't go on time, everything will go wrong.
My friend Mungi, the time has come to fulfill our duties as thieves. The treasure itself has come to us. If we let it go, we won't be worthy of being called thieves.
Yes, you are right, my brother Chungi.
Yes, why not? But can we get some water to drink?
Yes, I will bring it right away.
Rupa goes inside to get water for them. And at that moment, Mungi and Chungi take a box and run away. Rupa laughs upon seeing this. Just then, Balchand and Lalchand arrive there.
Sister, we are chasing two thieves. Have they come this way by any chance?
Yes, they went that way. Look, they even took my box. Those thieves.
What? Catch them!
Chungi, my friend, soldiers are coming. If we survive today, we can do more thefts in the future. Come, throw away this box.
And that's how Rupa got rid of Champat forever.
Hey!
Take me out! Somebody, take me out!
She then returned to her home. But with a new lesson that never ever trust a stranger. Did you understand?
Bittu!
Look there, your father has come.
Dad!
My son.
Your son is a brave kid.
Just like Rupa from the story.
But don't leave him alone like this.
I'm sorry, Amma.
Once in Vijayanagar, a resident named Babban fell so ill that all the money in the house was spent on his treatment. Now there was only one cow left in the house, which could be sold to arrange for Babban's medicine. Babban and Nirmala decided to sell the cow. Babban's wife Nirmala was a simple woman. When the discussion of selling the cow in the market came up, Babban explained everything to her before sending her.
Listen, don't talk to anyone on the way. Just do your work and come back home directly.
Namaste, Auntie. Huh? Auntie didn't even respond to the greeting? That's strange.
Seems like we have got something good today. But why is it moving? Oh no, catch it!
I thought we would find diamonds and jewels, but what did we find? This sheep?
Now watch how I turn this sheep into a cow.
Just like Nirmala had a cow, Mungi had a plan to take the cow from her.
My cow?
What happened, Auntie?
I brought a cow. This sheep is not mine.
This sheep is indeed your cow. You might not know, but there is magic in the air here. As soon as the air passed through it, the cow turned into a sheep.
What? Magic in the air? You never told me before.
See, Auntie, this is my donkey. It turned into a human with this magical air, but it hasn't become intelligent yet.
What has happened?
Chungi Mungi, who turned the cow into a sheep, now turned that sheep into a chicken.
Oh no, magical air again.
It wasn't the magic of air, but the magic of Chungi Mungi's hands.
Who will buy this old rope now? Even the air seems upset today.
After hearing everything from Nirmala, Babban understood that the two boys had fooled her with the story of magical air. And the very next day...
Did you bring Manglu's rabbits? But will they be able to complete your plan? Be careful. There shouldn't be any more losses.
Keep watching, Nirmala. But do you remember what you have to do?
Yes, I remember.
Yesterday we made good money without any hard work.
But here, Chungi and Mungi didn't know that today they were going to receive a big shock.
Slowly, slowly, my child. Slowly.
A rabbit?
These must be the same two whom Nirmala had talked about.
Wow, Uncle, this rabbit is so cute. Where are you taking it?
This is not just a rabbit, but my heart too. I'm ill. That is why I'm going to sell him. He listens to everything I say.
Everything?
Yes. He plays with me. When I grab his ears like this, he likes it. Then I lift it with one hand and spin it around. Like this, like this, like this, like that. Like this way and that way.
No, but how can a rabbit be a piece of someone's heart?
Tell him to.
Not like that. Give me proof. Only then I will believe that he listens to you.
Why not? My child Chiku, go and tell your auntie to prepare potato curry, kheer and puri also. Huh? I am coming with guests, okay? Are you listening? We have arrived.
Yes, Chiku informed me. I have prepared potato curry, puris and kheer.
It's true. This rabbit turned out to be very clever.
Here you go, Uncle. Now this rabbit is ours.
As I told you, he is a piece of my heart. You cannot buy him with such a small amount.
Okay, Uncle, take this too.
No, my child, no. It won't be enough. This is a wonder of the world. If I didn't need coins, I would never sell him. I'll take him to a big market and sell him there.
If we take this rabbit Chiku to the palace and sell it to the king, then we won't have to steal for the rest of our lives. We'll play with the coins instead of stealing them.
Okay, take this too.
Not enough.
Take this too. That too.
Here, take this.
Take out more, Chungi.
I don't have more.
Yeah, take everything.
All right. That's enough.
Why did you invest all of your earnings in this rabbit?
Because this rabbit seems to be smarter than you. I'm pretty sure about my investments and also about the money. Now, keep watching how the money comes back. Chiku, go and tell uncle that if he doesn't bring the money within an hour, we will come and loot everything.
Several hours passed. Neither Chiku came nor did Babban show up with the coins. That's when they suspected that Babban had fooled them.
Uncle, come outside.
What happened, my child? Did you forget something?
Don't act clever, uncle. We want our coins back.
Why not? Here they are.
These are stones.
But there were coins in it. It seems like the magical air turned them into stones.
Is there such a magical wind?
Yes, there is, isn't it? Like a cow turns into a ship by the magical wind.
And the sheep into a chicken.
Oh no, she's the same auntie, the cow owner. The one we had robbed.
The soldiers haven't gone far. Should I call them?
They made a fool out of us.
Now go from here. We need to rest.
No, our God!
If you like this video, subscribe to our channel Murthy Media.